Salimos por aquí.
Greetings, graduates of Cradle 9. Welcome to the regional
Regresados de la cuna nueva.
error. Unauthorized access detected.
That doesn't sound good.
Was that the spirit? Minerva?
I don't think so. At least, not directly.
Ah, espérate. Que el caldero no es solo un caldero.
Attention. All personnel must vacate the facility immediately.
Something doesn't want us here. What exactly was this place?
Seen anything like it before?
No.
Quizás fue
There.
aquí donde
That's our
diseñaron
way
las máquinas por primera vez. Antes de dejarle el trabajo a Cesto.
Error. Unauthorized access. Initiating facility lockdown. Stay out.
What's going on?
Well, at least the emergency lights work.
What just happened?
Minerva's definitely here. And I think it's trying to keep us out. I'll scout ahead, see if there's a way to get us in.
You sure we shouldn't come with you?
Well, yeah, Minerva could be dangerous. Let me make sure it's
Pero
safe.
por ahí no puedo entrar. ¿Cómo
Okay.
coño quieres entrar?
We'll be right here if you need us.
Trepa por el hueco. Ah, vale. Forzando la puerta. Ok. Vale. Vamos para arriba.
Okay, I need to find where Minerva's hiding.
Pero
I should look for
Cats.
a way to access the facility's systems.
Pero Cats. Gracias por esa sub de regalo para el señor Galán de noche. Forzar puerta. ¿Y esta? Nada.
Locked.
Que no saltan las alertas, no sé por qué. Pero bueno, sí, ya no saltan las alertas.
Alert. Restricted access. You are not wanted here.
Nope, sorry. You're not getting rid of me
¿Qué
that easily,
Minerva habla con
Minerva.
voz de tío?
Let's see where this leads.
Y bueno, a ver, yo abro todo esto, pero espérate, que estoy pensando.
Minerva's
Está por ahí.
shooting me out. What are all those cables in the center for? Looks like those cables connect to something above.
Vale.
Seems promising, if I can find a way up there.
O por aquí. Vale. O la otra. No me gusta cómo se pone la cámara cuando entras en los conductos. Pero bueno,
I can feel a draft
¿qué
above.
se le va a hacer?
Might be a way out of this shaft.
Baja, 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 baja. Ajá. Aquí. Por aquí.
Looks like another part of the facility.
¿Puedo abrir esto?
Door's locked.
Vale. Ahora, para arriba otra vez. ¡Ojo! ¡Ojo! Quiero mi alerta.
Quiero mi alerta. Quiero mi alerta.
Yo también las quiero, Cats. Yo también las quiero.
And I'm outside. I need to find a way back into the facility.
Maravilloso.
Maybe I could look for a way in higher up the mountain. I'm close. If I can get Minerva to cooperate, I can merge it with Gaia. Finally bring her back. And we can start fixing the blight, the storms, and maybe she can
A
help me
ver,
figure out who those
ya,
strangers in the
Galán,
proving
¿para qué?
lab were.
¿Pa' qué? ¿De verdad te vas a
Why
quejar?
did they have a clone of Elizabeth?
Galán,
And why did they want it back?
¿de verdad te vas a quejar?
Pipes up there. Might lead me to a way back in. But how to reach them? I might be able to glide to that ledge. Some of those rocks look loose. I think I can clear them.
Vamos dando un watch así, que ya Macho el Bizum se siente en serio.
Another shaft.
¿Llegáis hasta ese punto? Madre mía. Estáis loquísimos, Pobre Galán.
Okay, now I've got to find a way to plug into this place.
¿Qué pasa, Darwin? ¿Qué ocurre?
Looks like some kind of dome. Wonder what it's for.
Podría haber hecho eso desde el principio.
Alert. System core penetrated.
No!
¡Hala! Ahora hay que recuperar el núcleo. Muy bien, Aloy.
Minerva, I need the console. Please.
Access denied.
Ahora habla como una tía.
It didn't used to be like this.
Darwin.
Do you remember it? Anything? You were part of something
no.
bigger
Yo
once.
sigo teniendo a Gaia.
Something good. Gaia. That's right. She can live again. But only if you give her the chance. I can't reboot her without you.
Will I cease?
No.
I think you'll disappear into her. Become part of her. Like you used to be.
Misery will cease.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Minerva. Elizabeth Sobek. Alpha Prime.
Master override activated. Restoring Minerva function to original.
No podías
code.
haber hecho eso con Hades, insisto.
Do you wish to initiate heuristic matrix?
Here goes.
¿Cuál era la función de Minerva?
Gaia.
Greetings, Dr. Sobek. A moment. Scanning data. So it is Aloy, not Elizabeth. We have much to discuss, but initialization of my heuristic matrix will not be complete for several minutes more. In the meantime, I suggest you familiarize yourself with this facility. It is our best option for a base of operations, and you can make use of its equipment to improve your ability to override machines.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good.
Shall I grant access to your companions? They will be here shortly.
Okay, but don't overwhelm them, okay? They don't have a lot of experience with things like, well, you.
Estoy flipando.
So no fake this time?
No. This time she's real. Laurel, Zoe. This is Gaia.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Gaia's still, waking up. Let's look around.
I will highlight the location of the lab on your focus. I have established a network between your focuses, allowing you to communicate.
Teléfono móvil.
Good. So what was this place?
A regional control center, where Zero Dawn progeny would have overseen terraforming operations in the area.
Estoy flipando. Estoy puto flipando.
What's all this?
This was intended as the main gathering space for control center operatives.
You could fit a good number of people in here.
Or maybe just a few. To start with, you two go ahead. I'm going to poke around a bit.
So this was supposed to be a lab.
That was its intended purpose. Some of the machine data you recovered from the repair bay below us appears to be corrupted. Accessing the terminal in this room will show you how to repair and complete the override.
I'll take a look.
What? Ay, Dios mío. Ah, vale, algunos no estaban dañados. Vale. Unos sí y otros no. Vale. Por eso algunos sí los podía sabotear y... Vale. No tengo colmillo de... Perdón, ni cuerno de este bicho. Vale.
Well, I was able to repair some of the corrupted overrides. But it looks like I need data from more machine parts to fix the rest.
My initialization is complete. You may continue to explore the
Sí,
facility,
Aloy. Voy.
When you are ready, return to the control room. We have much to discuss.
Looks like an office.
Perdón,
Correct.
vamos a ver si hay algo más por aquí
The
antes
facility
de
was
subir.
designed with a number of private offices.
I guess it's nice to have a space to call your own.
Tío,
So this
acabo de
place was
conseguir
here
mi
all
propia
this
base
time.
secreta, ¿vale? Déjame.
Built for people who would never show up.
Why didn't they?
Remember that guy I told you about? Ted Farrow? He
El fiel que...
sabotaged things. It wasn't supposed to be this way. What's this space for?
This This would have been the sleeping quarters for control center operatives.
Reminds me of the bedhouse aspirants had to sleep in the night before the proving.
Muchas.
Hey, Gaia? Why doesn't this door have power?
At my current operating level, I am only able to restore
Y vamos a
functionality
ir
to part
desbloqueando
of this
cosas según
facility.
abramos. Vale,
In time, that may change.
me parece correcto.
Got it.
¿Y aquí?
Looks like another office.
If no one's ever been here, who built all this?
Gaia did. With the help of machines.
Lo construyeron para los humanos, para los primeros humanos que renacerían. ¿No? Claro, tiene todo el puto sentido del mundo. Pues la salida.
Through that door is a trail that leads towards Plainsong.
So I could head back east if I need to, once we're done here.
Correct.
Me encanta como Par me sigue a todas partes, pero le pones ojitos a la
Oh,
otra.
I've been
Aléjate de
down
mí.
here before. It's where I first got into the facility.
Ah, sí, es verdad.
What's all this stuff
Son
for?
servidores.
This facility was designed to process an immense amount of data from the terraforming system. This is where it would have been stored.
Puerta cerrada, puerta abierta.
Looks like some kind of storage room.
¿Eh? Pues... ¿He entrado aquí? No. No es el ascensor que no debe de funcionar. ¿Y esto? Otra salida.
That door leads to the west exit. But before you leave, we have much to
Vale,
discuss.
puedo ir
Right.
entre el este y el oeste atravesando la instalación. Vale. Perfecto. Porque hay toda una cordillera en medio del mapa.
Okay. Maybe it's time to talk to Gaia.
I'll leave you to it.
Deberíamos llamar mamá a
Hello,
Gaia.
Aloy.
Hi. So you're... ready?
Yes. Initialization is complete. All tests show that my heuristic matrix launched correctly and is stable. You must have many questions.
Yeah. But two big ones first. We're not gonna be able to fix the biosphere without making you whole. I ran a search for your subfunctions at the Hades Proving Lab, but Minerva was the only one I found.
Thankfully, the sensory capabilities of this facility are far more advanced. I will search for the others now. Transmitting query pattern. Receiving. Of Apollo, Artemis, and Eleuthia, I can find no trace.
Apolo está muerto.
They are simply gone.
What about the others?
Al principio.
Ether, Demeter, and Poseidon are revealed. They lie within reach, procurable.
And Hephaestus?
It too stands revealed, but it is not like the others.
That's for sure.
In the years since the extinction signal, Hephaestus has evolved. Moreover, it is not confined to a single location. It haunts the global network that connects cauldrons to each other across the planet, making it exceptionally difficult to subdue.
Let me guess. We need it bad?
Correct. Its capabilities are essential. Without it, I can only delay the extinction of life on Earth. Hephaestus is our only hope of a permanent solution.
Maravilloso.
So we start there?
Unfortunately, we cannot. Procuring Hephaestus can only be attempted after my own capabilities have been significantly
¿Y Hades?
enhanced.
¿No necesitas a Hades?
Grab the other subordinate functions first, then Hephaestus.
Precisely so.
So, Ether, Demeter, and Poseidon. How do I capture them?
To recover a subordinate function, you will have to travel to its location and find the physical processor to which it escaped. Then, exactly as you did with Minerva, you must use the master override to revert the subordinate function to its original code state.
And then how do I get it back here?
The subordinate function must be loaded onto a data storage device and physically carried back to this facility.
Vale, igual que estabas tú, Semi.
The cartridge your root kernel was stored on?
Yes. Its capacity is limited, so it can only carry one subordinate function at a time. But in all other respects, it will suffice.
Maybe you can help me make sense of something. A while ago, I had a run-in with a group of strangers who tried to kill me. They had machine servitors and a clone of Elizabeth Sobek with them.
Yes, this was recorded by your focus.
Do you know who they are?
The answer to that question is related to the extinction
Estás de
signal
coña.
that woke Hades, prompting my predecessor's self-destruction.
The extinction signal? Okay, that sounds ominous.
The signal did not come from Earth, Aloy.
¿Consiguieron salir al espacio?
The calculations are complicated, but it appears to have originated 81 trillion
Eso no está
kilometers
cerca.
away. A distance so vast that light itself requires 8.611 years to cross it.
Okay, so... what's so far away, and why does it want us dead?
The Sirius star system.
Serious? But that's where Far Zenith, their ship...
The Odyssey.
Yes, that's where it was headed.
Explotó.
But it blew up. Unless... I don't... Why make it seem like they failed?
¡Qué hijos de puta!
They didn't want anyone to know. They didn't want future humans to think that they were out there. Wait. The
Pero si está
strangers
8000
who
años
tried to
luz,
kill
pero
me at the Hades
¿qué sistema
Proving
de
Lab,
navegación tienen?
the ones with the clone, are you saying that they're from... that they're descendants of... Far Zenith?
Yes, that is my conclusion.
Su puta madre.
The 3 subordinate functions that you detected. What do we know about them?
All 3 are relevant to problems currently plaguing the biosphere. Ether is responsible for detoxifying the atmosphere and moderating the weather. Poseidon controls the organic and chemical composition of water resources. Demeter sows, fertilizes, and tends to plant life. If all 3 were restored to me, they would constitute a massive increase to my heuristic processing density. But beware. Their responses to my query pattern were irregular. In human terms, they are frightened, lost, and paranoid.
Like Minerva. They need to be whole again.
Exactly.
The missing subordinate functions. What can you tell me about them?
Artemis rewilded the Earth with a variety of animal species. Eleuthia was responsible for gestating, nurturing, and
Y Apolo
acculturating a new
conservaba el
generation of
conocimiento.
human beings. Apollo was tasked with preserving, organizing, and disseminating vast archives of human knowledge and cultural achievements. Unfortunately, all archived Apollo data was purged on the 2nd of February 2066 by order of Ted Farrow.
Pharaoh, huh? I really hate that guy.
Understandable. He appears to have been pathologically narcissistic,
Correctísimo.
impulsive, and unstable.
All 3 of the missing functions have already served their purpose, or were prevented from doing so. Do you still need them?
If attainable, yes. Restoring their remaining elements would increase my heuristic processing
Podemos
density.
encontrarlos.
Unfortunately, I have no way to track them. They have disappeared without a trace.
Ya, ¿esto qué le
You
pasa?
said you need Hephaestus to save life from extinction. Why?
Every subordinate function has value, but Hephaestus is by far the most important. Only by recovering and merging it can I regain my ability to design and mass-produce new machines at cauldrons across the planet. Only through it can I program new machines and alter the tasking of existing machines to completely reverse environmental damage. Recovering other subordinate functions may buy us time, but without Hephaestus, I cannot permanently stave off mass extinction.
Porque no tienes poder. O sea, es como... Está por todo el puto planeta, Aloy. Me cago en la mar. ¿No?
Given Hephaestus's importance, is there really no way to capture and merge it first?
I'm afraid that is quite impossible. In my present state, launched and merged with Minerva, I am operating at less than 1/5, 18.8%
Esto es
of
poderoso.
my intended processing capacity. Hephaestus dwarfs this figure. Were an attempt made to conduct the merge under these circumstances, Hephaestus would absorb me, rather than the other way around. A merge cannot be attempted until my heuristic processing density exceeds its own.
Lo he pillado.
And how many subordinate functions is that going to take?
Por lo menos 3, ¿verdad?
Merging Ether, Demeter, and Poseidon will expand my heuristic
Te dan
network
la opción
to
de hacer 3 o de
41.6%
conseguirlas todas,
capacity,
¿verdad?
exceeding that of Hephaestus.
Con 3 podríamos acabar el juego. Vale. Vamos a dejarlo ahí.
The descendants I ran into at the Hades Proving Lab, they had a clone of Elizabeth Sobek. So that's consistent with the idea that they came here to salvage Zero Dawn technologies, right?
Yes. As your own experience demonstrates, a clone of Elizabeth Sobek functions in effect as a key to the terraforming system.
But how could they have made a clone?
The Odyssey carried approximately 200,000 human zygotes, millions of animal zygotes, and billions of plant seeds. It is conceivable that Elizabeth Sobek's genetic material was sampled, with or without her knowledge, and carried aboard the ship in storage.
That's... okay, but... I mean... This clone... How could she participate in this? Destroying Elizabeth's dream? It's evil.
It is difficult to know. Perhaps she is loyal to the group and shares their objectives. Or perhaps she is a subordinate and has no choice but to comply with their orders.
Elizabeth Sobek? A subordinate? I don't think so.
Hola, Ansionito, muchas gracias por esa raid. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Qué tal por el ring? Es demasiada información.
The sole purpose of the signal was to destroy life on Earth, right? Why would descendants of Far Zenith not do that?
Muchas gracias por el follow, Luis.
I mean, Earth posed no threat to them. We don't have the technology to get in their way. We didn't even know about them.
True.
Unless... well... could it be that they want the planet for
¿Qué pasa?
themselves?
¿No pueden sobrevivir en Sirio?
The strangers I ran into, they were after a Gaia backup of their own. I mean, if they did that... if they booted their own Gaia and boosted her power... Until she could take control of Hephaestus. And then the whole
La
terraforming
voz en
system.
inglés mola.
Then yes, the system could be used to do what the extinction signal
termine la
failed to
conversación.
accomplish. Snuff out life, and then potentially to build an entirely new biosphere to their specifications,
So they could be trying to do the same thing we are.
but with opposite results.
Extinction. Instead of salvation. Well, this is not
Nope.
good.
No pinta bien. Me ha dejado bastante Hermenegildo.
You said Sirius is really far from Earth.
81 trillion kilometers, or
8600 años
8.611
luz.
light
Eso es muy
years.
lejos.
Right. So, how would the descendants have gotten here?
On a spacecraft much like the Odyssey, though significantly more advanced. The journey from Earth to Sirius would have taken the Odyssey almost 300 years. This appears to have been much faster. If their ship departed Sirius at the same moment the extinction signal first began transmitting, the journey was made in just 29 years at an average
Joder.
of 0.297 the speed of light. If they did
Yo
not set
quisiera la
out for
humanidad
Earth
viajar
until
así
they
en las
learned of the
estrellas.
extinction signal's failure, the journey was even faster, a mere 13 years, or 0.662 the speed of light.
Okay, enough. You're making my head spin.
Gracias por el lurky.
The extinction signal didn't just wake Hades. It made every subordinate function self-aware. Why?
I have wondered this myself. So far as I can tell, Hades was the sole target, and the partial sentience imparted to other subordinate functions was incidental.
¡Espera!
You've been sent by someone who
He
had
saltado
thorough
un diálogo
knowledge
sin
of the
querer al
system,
levantar
huh?
la mano.
Yes. The signal's
acabo de dar cuenta de una
design was
cosa.
exceptionally precise and highly advanced. Were its intentions less malevolent, I would admire the intellect or intellects that produced it.
El gilipollas de Ted Faro se cargó a Apolo. Pero Elizabeth envió una copia de Apolo a Farferit antes de que Faro se cargase a Apolo. Es decir, estos hijos de puta tienen una copia perfecta de Apolo. Por lo tanto, Apolo no está muerto. ¡Apolo!
So if the descendants came to Earth on a
perdón.
spaceship, I guess we can assume that their technology is powerful in all sorts of ways, right?
Yes, as your encounter with them at the Proving Lab amply demonstrates, they appear to make extensive use of robotic servitors. Further, they seem to be equipped with some kind of protective energy field that shields them from harm.
Yeah, no kidding. The one I fought seemed indestructible.
Throughout history, every defensive technology has eventually been defeated by an offensive counterpart. Perhaps a way can be found to defeat their shielding.
Yeah, I hope so. Or I'm not gonna be winning fights against them anytime soon. How did you figure out that the extinction signal came from Sirius?
The key came with data on your focus, from Silent's interrogation of Hades. The duration of the signal itself, 17.22 years.
That doesn't make sense. You said that the signal took 8.6 years to arrive from Sirius. Why would the signal keep transmitting after it was received and you blew yourself up?
Because the sender didn't know that had happened until it received notice from Hades.
Which would take another 8.6 years to get back.
Correct. Only then would the sender stop broadcasting, after a total of 17.22 years. So the duration, halved, gave me the distance the signal traveled. With that in mind, I simply scanned my astronomical database for any relevant location 8.6 light-years away. Because it was far Zenith's intended destination, Sirius was the only logical source.
Pero quejas, sin palabras, no tengo nada que decir.
You said Hephaestus isn't located in just one place.
Correct. Unlike the other subordinate functions which are confined to discrete physical processors, Hephaestus is distributed throughout the global network that connects the planet's cauldrons.
So, when the time comes to subdue it, how do we make that happen?
I do not know. While you are retrieving the procurable subordinate functions, I will attempt to find a solution.
So, once Hephaestus has been recovered and merged, you'll regain the capacity to mass-produce machines at cauldrons around the world.
Yes, and to program their behavioral routines, or even control them directly.
So could you build an army of machines? Attack the descendants of Far Zenith and take them out?
Aloy, ese no es el objetivo aquí, ¿eh?
It is in my nature to take any and all necessary steps to preserve life on Earth, human life above all. So yes, once I have been empowered with the capacities of Hephaestus, I could design, build, and command such an army. Given the nature of the Far Zenith threat, doing so may be our only option. I must admit, however, that I have misgivings about using such technology to kill, no matter how aggressive the enemy.
That's good. It means you have a conscience. As Elizabeth intended.
Indeed.
Qué bonito. Hola, gato. ¿Qué te pasa? ¿Qué pasa? ¿Todavía tengo preguntas sobre esta gente? Tecnología.
So if the descendants came to Earth on a spaceship, I guess we can assume that their technology is powerful in all sorts of ways, right?
Yes, as your encounter with them at the Proving Lab amply demonstrates, they appear to make extensive use of robotic
Eso ya me lo ha
servitors.
dicho.
Further, they seem to be equipped with some kind of energy field that shields
Yeah, no kidding.
throughout
¿Por qué le sale como
history.
en blanco? Si ya me
Every
lo ha dicho.
defense, for example, assuming I absorbed Hephaestus and utilized, no shielding could withstand such an
Ah,
assault
porque añade a
indefinitely.
efecto a la ecuación de la frase. Aún hay
Always.
esperanza, vale. Nos lo hemos saltado.
What is the state of the biosphere? Is the terraforming system functioning at all?
In a sense,
Mira,
the
Gaia.
terraforming
Mírala.
system never
Mira, qué
stopped
bonita.
functioning. The difference, since my predecessor's destruction, is that there has been no central governing intelligence to monitor its robotic agents and assign new tasks. As a result, errors have accrued, and day by day, the biosphere has gradually veered ever more sharply towards destruction. In recent months, disturbances in the biosphere have become obvious. But these bellwether phenomena offer just the merest glimpse of the complex and accelerating cycles of environmental dysfunction, now driving Earth's biosphere towards collapse.
And you can't do anything to stop it.
If you can return Ether, Poseidon, and Demeter to me, I can improvise modest corrections to parts of the system. Weather will improve, water will be purified, and rampant plant growth curtailed. But such corrections will not stave off collapse. They will only buy us time. Only with Hephaestus can I design and produce new robotic agents designed to permanently reverse the damage that has accumulated. All efforts must be directed toward that end.
Pregunta
How
importante.
long do we have then?
At present rates, without additional factors, the biosphere will cross a point
4
of no
meses. Ay, tu
return
puta madre.
in approximately 4 months.
And if I gather Ether, Demeter, Poseidon, merge you with them?
We will only gain
cuantos
a
meses
few
más.
months more.
Joder.
Well, every bit counts.
Tiempo al tiempo. Vale. Pues al lío.
I guess I should get going and start bringing back subordinate functions. What can you tell me about their locations?
When my predecessor destroyed herself, the subordinate functions sought physical processors capable of holding them. So in each case you will be looking for a powerful computer of some kind. Ether is the closest, and therefore might be the easiest to acquire. However, it appears to be in the middle of Tanakh territory. My knowledge of that tribe is limited to data I read on your focus, but they seem to have a significant inclination towards violence.
Well, that's a nice way to put it. What about Poseidon and Demeter?
Poseidon has taken shelter in the desert south of this
Poseidón,
location.
en el desierto. Ok.
My substratal geography data indicates that a major
Está en Las
old-world
Vegas.
settlement called Las Vegas
Está en
was
Las Vegas.
located there.
A ruin in the middle of the desert, huh? Strange place for an AI devoted to water.
Agreed. As for Demeter, it appears to be located on the
Vale,
coast to
Demeter
the
está en
far
San
west.
Francisco.
Unfortunately, I am unable to provide any relevant data about the region. As such, it may be the most difficult to retrieve.
Okay, so 3 subordinate functions to go after. Ether, somewhere in Tanakh territory. Poseidon in the desert, and Demeter on the coast.
Where will you begin?
Pues puede ser. Anda, mira, y te dice el nivel. Acabamos de subir al nivel 17, ¿verdad? O al 18. Bueno, da igual. Vamos a empezar por Ether, que además es la que está más cerca.
I think I'll head for Ether.
Then I will assign Ether as the objective on your focus.
Total, hay que ir de una en una.
If you obtain it, I may be able to use it to quell the most severe storms in the region. Though I will require Hephaestus and the control over machines that it offers to permanently stabilize the biosphere. Should you change your mind, you can update your objective via your focus interface at any time. I will also transmit a summary of available data on all of the subordinate functions to you for reference. Is there anything else I can help you with? I know you have a great deal to accomplish.
I do, don't I?
Is something wrong?
I don't know. It's just that... Elizabeth set the bar pretty high. She had a dream for you, for life on Earth, and... a lot has gone wrong, and it's all on my shoulders to fix it. Do you think I can do it all? Repair the system, defeat Varzenith, live up to her example?
Absolutely. In her last message, my predecessor declared her unwavering conviction in your success. In you, all things are possible. You prevailed in purging Hades and rebooting my system core. You will prevail in this.
Thank you, Gaia. Well, I guess I should get going.
I have unlocked the facility's exits. One leads onward to the west. The other leads back down the mountain to Plainsong, should you wish to return east.
Varl?
Whoa! Gonna have to get used to that. That's you, Aloy?
Yeah. Gaia's opened the exits to this place. Can you and Zoe meet me by the west door?
Be right there.
Móviles.
Okay. I need to bring Ether back for Gaia. Varl and Zoe are waiting for me by the west exit. But I could head back east first. Check on how Plainsong's doing after the attack. Or I could also look around here some more.
Vale. Lo voy a dejar aquí. No voy a salir de la instalación. Ahí se queda. Saldremos de la instalación en el próximo directo. Buen provechito, Héctor. Buen provechito. Vamos a hacer una raid